How's it going, everyone? Brian Hoops here with Midwest Market Solutions, and this is our latest internet video series. It's Thursday, September the 11th, and thanks for joining us here this afternoon. Today we're going to look at the USDA supply and demand report. We won't go into a lot of detail, but we want to look at what the report has to say to us and possibilities of what future reports may say going forward. Of course, we'll have an October and November, and then the final supply and demand numbers will be out in January at the final production numbers are being released at the quarterly stocks numbers, as well as some production series. So let's, before we get into that, we need to go through our disclaimer here. Risk of loss in trading futures and options is substantial, and each investor and trader must consider whether this is suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by historical tests of strategies, are not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information from trades and services other sources that we believe are reliable. We do not guarantee such information is accurate or complete and should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There's no guarantee that anything we say will result in profitable trades. And as a reminder, this is always copyright 2014 Midwest Market Solutions. All right, let's look at what went on in the report today. And as I pull up that screen here, where we want to focus is on this middle section in here. We're looking at corn production, 14.395 billion bushels, well above the average trade guess, as we see the number right here. And in the line of trade ranges, up from last month, 14.3032 billion bushels a month ago. Soybeans at 3.913. That's a new all-time record production figure. It is bigger than the average trade guess, and about 100 million more than last month. They did not give wheat production numbers. That'll come in the small grains report at the end of the month. If we look at ending stocks, our reserves, that's an important number to look at. We're looking at a 2 billion bushel ending stock, well above the average trade guess, and nearly 200 million more than a month ago. Soybeans 475, up from 430 a month ago. Wheat stocks were bearish as well, 698 versus 663 a month ago. And once we go out into the world production and world reserves, you're looking at wheat stocks 196 million metric tons compared to last month 192.96, and corn 189, a little bit larger than last month. Soybeans at 90, well above last month. So right now what it's telling us is world reserves, world stocks are increasing at a time when we wish they weren't. When we see these world numbers increase, it's going to be bearish for our supply. All right, let's look at some specific numbers where we're at here, and we'll make this screen a little bit bigger. All right, we're going to look at a couple different things in here. Let's look first at corn. This is the production number that came out from the USDA, yield of 171.7 bushels per acre. If we use our acreage, that gives us the production figure in billions of bushels, a 14.395 billion bushel crop. All-time record number. Our demand is a little over 12.3 billion bushels. So we're using a lot of this crop. That's good news. If we have a crop shortfall, that means we'll go into reduction deficit, and this ending stocks number will get drawn down from the 2 billion bushels that we're currently at. Now, if we look at what USDA said in September here, this report, yield of all-time record 46.6, acreage number gives us production of 3.913 billion bushels. Again, our demand is good, 3.438 billion bushels, and our ending stocks is large at 475. Remember, this year, in 2013-14 marketing year, we saw ending stocks get as tight as 125 million bushels. So this is a huge jump from what was very bullish stocks numbers compared to this year. Now, what do we got here? This final question mark column in both corn and soybeans. Well, we have record yields this year, and we've had those previously. 1994 and 2004 saw production increases of corn from the September report until the final numbers of 10 and 11 bushels an acre. So 10 in one year, 11 in the other. If we use the average, 10 and a half, let's add that to our yield. We come up with 182.2. use our same acreage number, our production jumps to 15.276 billion bushel crop. You see that here, 15.276. That's 900 million more than what the USDA said today. That adds carryout of 883 billion bushels to our already burdensome supply, just on production increases. If we look at same thing in soybeans, 1994, 2004, both record years, saw increases of 3 to 4 bushels an acre from the September number to the final. So if we go 3.5 as our average, that gives us a yield of 50.1 bushels per acre, and our production number is now 4.207, again an all-time record figure. Our same demand, which we figure will increase if prices get cheap enough, ending stocks is now 769 million bushels. Contrast that ending stocks number to what we're currently at this year, that 125 to 150 million bushel range. This is a huge number, and we'll be bearish for prices for many years to come. Again, this is hypothetical going into the final in January, but we did see these type of increases in 2004 and 1994 in both the corn and the soybeans. So it could happen again this year. In fact, we've heard some big yield numbers coming out of the South. In fact, R.G. O'Brien, our clearing firm, has a list of about 46 yields so far. Average on the corn yields, 209 bushel an acre, and in the soybeans, less sampling, but 22 samples so far, with a soybean yield of over 76 bushels an acre. So a lot of good yields out there, and I think these type of information, this news, will keep us from making our harvest lows too early in the year. So we have firmly established some put options in both corn and soybeans. We're going to maintain those and look for prices to maybe have a little bounce here and there, but nothing substantial, and prices continue to grind lower as we uncover more harvest data. All right, well, we're going to keep it short and sign off here, but invite you to check these out and give us feedback, commentaries. We're going to try and do one here at least weekly, if not twice a month on a schedule. If you have any topics that you'd like to cover, please let us know. We'll be glad to talk with you about those. Otherwise, have a great evening, everybody. Our number is directly 605-660-1155. You can go to our website. So you may be at that right now watching this video, MidwestMarketSolutions.com, but you can also sign up there to get our newsletters and more market information from us. Have a great evening. Talk to you again very soon. This has been Brian Hoops.